Hey, hey everyone, it's Harry from Spurs to be back on a match reaction video. Where should we begin? Atletico Madrid 5, Tottenham Hotspur 2. Is this Tudor's last game? 4 losses in 4. Bear in mind, I didn't come into this game thinking we're going to get something. In fact, if we lost this game 2 or 3-1, I think that would have been half decent result actually. But we lost 5-2. In some ways, the scoreline kind of flattered us really. I guess let's get into it. First of all, the starting lineup. Massively, Vicario was dropped for Kinski, which on the face of it was probably justified. I still stand by what I said, despite what happened in the game, that it was justified to drop Vicario. I've been a big advocate, putting Austin in rather than Kinski actually. But it was kind of nice to see Vicario dropped, even though it didn't really pay off in the end. Let's get into it. So Vicario was dropped for Kinski. Danso, Romero, Van der Ven made the back 3/5 because the fullbacks were Porro and Spence. Porro on the right, Spence on the left. And the midfield two was Gray and Sarr. Now that's when I saw alarm bells personally, because I was thinking, how are those two going to do anything, especially when Gallagher and Paulinho were left on the bench? I would have played either one or, if not both of them, in this game, especially when you were from home in a tough game like that. Gallagher played for Atletico Madrid before. Paulinho is a fighter. That midfield tool did not give me any encouragement. And the front three was Tell, who again, for his hard work, and to be fair to him, I'll give him that, he did try. He had a shot and like a few instances where I thought maybe he could do it. And then Mwani, who again showed us next to nothing. And Richarlison got his reprieve to play up front. But let's get into the game. Let's just summarize this. Within 20 minutes, we were 3-0 down. Was it within 16 or 20 minutes? Wait, it was just too quick. And pretty much all of them came from Kinski. First one, Kinski slips. Marcos Llorente scores. Second one, Van der Ven slips. They score again. Third one, Kinski basically passed it to Alvarez and he taps it in to an open net. And we're 3-0 down. So he takes off Kinski, who looked absolutely just shot to pieces, for Vicario. Vicario comes on. They still make it 4-0. But we get a goal back near the end of the first half with Porro, and it's 4-1. And you're thinking, is there a way back? But to be honest, I never really felt there was a way back. But going to halftime at 4-1 was kind of a flattering result, actually. After the first 20 minutes, you could argue Spurs could have been 6-7 or 8-0 down by the end of the game. But maybe the goal that Porro scored kind of stemmed the tide a bit. And what Tudor was saying, I guess, was trying to calm everyone down. I don't know how much effect that had on his players, in the sense that did they respect what he was saying, or did it make any difference? I don't know. But 4-1 down at halftime, the tie was basically done. But Gallagher comes on in the second half on the right wing, or right back, not right back, right wing, right forward, which is quite interesting change. And Mwani came off and Tell came off. But yeah, like, how much of a difference do those subs make? Not much. Yeah, and then Spurs are pushing, because obviously Solanke came on as well. And he, to be fair to me, did all right, but we're pushing to score the second goal on the breakaway. One little touch, Griezmann's touch was brilliant, I have to admit. And Alvarez is clean through on goal, goes past 2-3 players and scores the fifth. And you think the game's over. I mean, it's 5-1, the tie's basically over. The Spurs do get a goal back through Solanke, but on the face of it, I mean, losing at Atletico Madrid is not like the end of the world, in the sense of like, most European teams will go to Atletico Madrid and they will lose. It's just more, again, the manner in which we lost. I speak about the Arsenal game again from my previous videos. We lost 4-1 at home to Arsenal. It was the same sort of thing, where we just capitulated. Yeah, we did it again, really. Tudor was trying to calm the team down. I'm not saying none of this is on him. In fact, I think he'll probably get sacked. But the players are just not at it. They're just not there, and we don't. And it's not just the player quality, like the player mentality is just not there. For me, I don't see Marnie play for Spurs again. After that game, I kind of just done with him completely. Again, I'm going to champion this. I'll put Austin in goal to the end of the season. I don't think either Vicario or Kinski are good enough, and they're too flimsy to put in defence and goal. Sorry, because even when Vicario came on, I still wasn't. There was a slight improvement, but not that much. Like not enough for me to be like, okay, let's play Vicario for the rest of the season now. Yeah, Romero gets booked. Van der Ven gets booked. Van der Ven was lucky to even stay on. Actually, he had a really really bad challenge in the first half. Like VAR checked, I was very surprised they didn't give anything for it. But yeah, this is where here we are. Really, I mean, what a mess! What an absolute mess we're in. And yeah. I don't see how we come back from this really, or I mean we play a second leg next week with 3 goals down. Unless you're telling me we're going to be 3-0 up in the first half, I don't know how we come back from this. And I look at Newcastle. I know they were playing at home, but they managed to get something against Barcelona with Harvey Barnes' goal to take at least to Barcelona Stadium in the second leg. We are taking a 3-goal deficit in the second leg. And we've got Anfield next. Do we see any bounce at Anfield? I don't know. Are they going to sack him before Anfield or after Anfield? Yeah, clearly the 3 at the back. I don't know if it's really working. I mean, a lot of people used to say that 3 at the back was the best formation for the squad, right? But I don't think any formation fits this squad. To be honest, it's such a mess. Like in theory, the 3-4-3 would suit, Tell, Marnie, and Charleston or Solanke, let's say, who plays in the middle, right? Because Tell, to me, is more of a left forward anyway, but he didn't really show enough. I mean, to be fair, he's one of the few players along with Archie who's trying, but he didn't really show enough. The quality is not there. And then you've got Marnie, who I think he has the quality, but he doesn't have the mentality. He doesn't want to be at Spurs. So what are we expecting from him? I mean, his career's completely fallen off a cliff, but that's nothing to do with Spurs completely. It's just him. And yeah, like look at where we are. We're 16th. We're probably going to be 18th by 4 p.m. on Sunday. We'll get knocked out of the Champions League, which was seen as a kind of reprieve for the players, or some sort of positivity, let's say, for the club or for the players, or something to latch onto, really. Obviously, there's been discussions online about us winning the Champions League and getting relegated. Like, really? Is that really going to happen? It's more likely we don't win the Champions League and we get relegated rather we win the Champions League and don't get relegated. Like, honestly, it's ridiculous. So yeah, will Tudor last? I don't know. But come on, you Spurs.